everyone to the 2013 Student Information Session and Debate. My name is Andrew Scudda. I'm the chairperson for the Student Elections Committee. Alongside me today, moderating the event is Joseph Clark, the Student Elections Committee Vice Chairperson, and Ashley Fenton, the Student Elections Committee Secretary. So we're going to give most candidates an opportunity to talk about their platforms, and then we will have a Q&A session with the student government president candidates. So we're going to begin with the Association of Residence Hall. The Association of Residence Halls serves as the voice of the students living in the residence halls at Illinois State University. ARH serves as the umbrella organization for area governments and unities. The first and only presidential candidate for the Association of Residence Halls is Chase Breeden. Chase will have 5 minutes to discuss his platform.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Good evening. Basically, what I'm going to do is just kind of highlight a couple things on the platform. We are running unopposed. But anyway, basically, we are very excited for tonight. I'm very excited for everything that gets to go. A lot of you know me on a personal level. You know that I've been very excited for this night for a long time. I'm excited to see what way and what guidance ISU student leadership is going to head for the next year, academic 2013-14 year. As he said, my name is Chase Breeden. I am running for my second term as an executive officer of the Association of Residence Halls. If elected, this will be my third year sitting on the Association of Residence Halls Executive Board. I have served as a treasurer my first year here at ISU on the Executive Board, vice president my first semester of this year, and now I currently serve as the president of the Association of Residence Halls. So basically, I want to introduce my running mate as well. She's sitting in the crowd. Her name is Christina Scott. She's running for the vice president along with me. She's currently serving as our conference coordinator here at Illinois State within ARH. So basically, we are formally running for the president and vice president position of ARH together. We hope to proudly and professionally represent the students at Illinois State University that live in the resident halls. We are both very passionate about student leadership here at ISU and very passionate about pushing ISU further as well as the Association of Residence Halls. We plan on doing this by 5 main pillars that I will detail. I'll kind of give you right now, the detail later. The 5 are teamwork, awareness, diversity, sustainability, and progress. So with teamwork, what we hope to do is we hope to use open communication and positive attitudes to establish and maintain relationships that can help the Association of Residence Halls and the students they serve. We want to create an environment that's inclusive to everyone on campus and inclusive to all groups. So a couple of these groups that I need to mention are University Housing Services, Campus Dining, University Program Board, Athletics, and Student Government Association. Many of these organizations, as my first term, or first semester as president, I have reached out and kind of definitely build those bonds and those relationships and try to strengthen them. So one of our goals would be definitely push those further, have more co-programmed events, more diversity activities, more sustainability initiatives with those different groups on campus. Because one group and one student group can't do it all by themselves. It definitely takes a team and a good, diverse workforce to get anything done at a large university. The second thing I want to do is what Christina and I have planned is to spread awareness. We want to partner with other organizations on campus, some of the main ones that we named, as well as our governments on the different areas of campus and the diversity coalitions. Basically, what we want to do is we want to spread awareness of the Association of Residence Halls and the resources that we hold. A lot of students, when they come in, most of them have to be in the residence halls. As their first 2 years, many of them don't exactly know what they're doing here. But we want to kind of be that guidance for them. We want them to know that we are a resource, that we can help them, that we can benefit them, and we can push them further academically as well as in their own leadership abilities. If they don't know who we are, and they don't know who the associate residents are and where we are located, we can't help them. So one of our main goals is to definitely spread awareness of the Association of Residence Halls, get our name out there, and kind of be that true, be the true guidance for the students. The third thing, and one of the most important things that follows the entire Illinois State mission is diversity. We want to provide an environment that is aware of, acknowledges, and celebrates diversity. That's very important. And not only do we want people to understand the concepts of diversity here at Illinois State and throughout the world, we were throughout the state and the world and the nation. We also want to celebrate it, celebrate different people from different backgrounds. That's one of our goals. What we want to do with that is we have a couple ideas with that. A lot of you know maybe of the large-scale diversity, cultural difference, but we want to bring that on a smaller level. We want to get students more involved, challenging their minds, shaping their minds in different ways when it comes to diversity and the way they look at things. We also want to provide different diversified programs and opportunities for our students and our residents as well. One of the other things too that goes along with diversity, something that hasn't been done in the Association of Resident Halls at a higher level, is we also want to begin working more closely with outside diversity groups, bringing them into the resident halls and different things like that. BSU, APAC, and ALAS, and Pride are all different organizations, large-scale organizations here on campus that we want to see involved with the resident halls. A lot of you might be wondering, why is it such a big deal to get people in the resident halls? Well, the thing is, the fact of the matter is, in the first 2 years of a college student's life, that's when they're going to make most of their decisions. That's when they're going to figure out who they're getting involved with, what their major is, and what they're going to do with their life. So what we want to do is we want to hit them with that first, as soon as they walk in the doors of ISU, and kind of mold them and shape them for the next 4 years of their life. We also want to work with other areas of campus to promote a more sustainable environment. So the fourth pillar is sustainability. We want to educate students on ways to be more environmentally friendly and initiate programs within the halls that do that. We're always looking for constant improvements in the halls as well. Not only do we put on programs and do all these different things, we are also a government. So we're just like SGA, we're kind of with the whole aspect is trying to find different ways to do things.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Our next candidates are going to come from the Student Government Association. The Student Government Association is the official governing body for students at Illinois State University. SGA advocates for student concerns and offers an array of programs and services designed to enhance your experience as an ISU student. We're going to begin with the senator candidates. Each of the senators is allotted 3 minutes to address the attendees in regards to their platforms. First is the on-campus senator candidate for East Campus, Ellen Shoemaker.
Good evening. I'm Ellen Shoemaker, and I'm running for on-campus senator for East Campus in the Student Government Association. I feel that I'm very qualified for this position because I currently hold the position. I take all my responsibilities very seriously and have great ideas for programs. Since the beginning of this semester, I have been the East Campus senator. I already know all the duties of an on-campus senator and will have no time adjusting to next year's administration. If elected again, I'll go right to work implementing programs and ideas because I will not need an adjustment period. Also, during my term this semester, I have been the chairman of the Civic Engagement Committee within SGA. For both positions, I have taken all my responsibilities seriously. I have always showed up on time for all office hours and meetings and other duties. During office hours, I was always productive and only worked on things related to student government. I strove to represent East Campus to the best of my abilities. My goal for this term is to make people more aware of student government by hosting more events. I will also continue to represent student government by attending Hewitt Manchester Student Association meetings and Association of Residence Hall meetings. I have several ideas for new programs. I want to focus those programs for more than on-campus residents. To name a few, I have ideas to do tattoo information sessions and some type of Nerf gun war. I'll make a great on-campus senator for East Campus because I already know and love the position. I'll take it seriously, but still have fun with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shoemaker. Next candidate is on-campus West senator candidate, Kate Gallagher.
I'm Kate Gallagher, and I'm running for on-campus senator of West Campus. And I believe that I have all the qualifications to be the West Campus senator. This is my first year attending Illinois State University, and it has given me so much. I started off on a good foot and joined the Emerging Leaders Program, ELP, run through SGA. ELP has been preparing its participants to take leadership roles on campus. Through ELP, I have learned how to be a productive leader with my leadership style and manage my projects efficiently. With ELP, I was given a mentor, and my mentor happened to be in ARH, the Association of Residence Halls. This will come in great need if I were to be elected as on-campus senator of West Campus. I would be working closely with ARH, and I feel as though I have made some wonderful contacts. Branching out this year, I pledged the service fraternity Alpha Phi Omega. APO is run and strives on the 3 cardinal principles: leadership, friendship, and service. And it has kept me in check with my goals as a student. After becoming an active in APO, I jumped in headfirst and took the leadership role as secretary of the fraternity. This position has put me in charge of the communication between the officers and the actives. And it has also put me in charge of putting out the monthly newsletter and recording all the minutes. As a student for almost a year in East Campus, Hewitt, Manchester, I've been privy to the lack of communication that takes place between the students and faculty. I want to make sure that the students are fully aware of everything that happens in West Campus. I want to make sure that the students see the flyers all around, but they see the flyers and they never fully understand what they're saying or when they need to go to all the projects that are on the campus. As on-campus senator, I would be working with ARH, and that is a big part of every dorm system. I would love to get all the resident assistances more involved in the activities of their residences. Dorm floors are where students find their home for the duration of the school year. This should be a place where they feel safe to talk to everyone and know that it is their home. Resident assistances have more of an impact on the residents than given credit for, and they have so much power to make the floor warm and special. This year I've been blessed with an incredible floor and a super involved resident assistant, and I want every freshman and sophomore to be offered that same experience. Thank you.
Our next candidates are running for the position of off-campus senator. Each will also be given 3 minutes to address the group. The first candidate is Caleb Albo. Mr. Albo is not in attendance this evening. The second candidate is Shauna Fitzpatrick.
Hi everyone, my name is Shauna Fitzpatrick and I am a sophomore at Illinois State University and I am running for off-campus senator. Being an active person in my community has always come naturally and it is important to me to be able to make a difference. I was always very involved in high school and have continued to stay involved since I have been here. I currently sit on the executive board as the Education Vice President of Gamma Phi Beta. I am also actively involved in the CRNR office, working on the executive board of our student community outreach team, as well as being a conflict resolution assistant. Over this last term, I have achieved much with my association. I only look forward to potentially being re-elected to continue what I have started and further the betterment of this campus for its students. The platform that I am running on this year involves off-campus safety, school unity, and sustainability for our community. For off-campus safety, I want to ensure the safety for every student walking around campus, as well as to their apartments and other surrounding places. This year, I began working on revising the Redbird Safe Walks to help those off-campus students. As well in the future, I look to plan hosting a self-defense class for all off-campus and on-campus students to attend. School unity is also important to me because I believe it is vital to having a welcoming community. I would like to incorporate athletics as well as Greek life and other RSOs into benefiting the ISU as a whole. Individually, we all can succeed, but together we can do so much more. If each organization on campus can have a say in what they want to see come of ISU or our school, we together can make it a lot better for everyone. The last piece of my platform is that I want to encourage a more sustainable environment on campus. By implementing more recycling bins around campus and offering incentives for recycling, we can become more eco-friendly. I hope to see the apartment buildings utilize recycling and have the option to recycle in each individual apartment. Right now, I'm beginning contact with the Sustainability Committee to plan for our move-out at the end of the semester. This allows both on- and off-campus students to donate their belongings and recycle what they can. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see your support on April 2nd and 3rd.
The next candidate listed in your program is Jordan Flack. Jordan has withdrawn their candidacy. The next candidate is Bryce Johnson. Bryce is not in attendance this evening. The next candidate in your program is Andrew Mason, and Andrew has withdrawn their candidacy. The next candidate in your program is Mary Olandency, and she also has withdrawn her candidacy. The next candidate to speak is Jellymar, my apologies, Mejia. So Jellymar.
Here. Hi, I'm really short. Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm running for off-campus senator. My name is Jennifer Mejia. I should probably start with that. My goals for off-campus senator are I want to increase off-campus involvement. I feel a lot of people leaving the residence halls like I am feel it's really difficult to stay involved once you get off campus. And I don't think that should be how it is. I think it should be easier to be involved off campus as well as be involved in the community. That's another platform. That's another part of my platform. I think it's really involved. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think it's really important to be involved in the community. So I want to increase off campus and community involvement. Another thing I really want to do is I want to redefine diversity. A couple of people up here have talked about diversity and how it's important, and it is important. And me being like a Hispanic first-generation student, I understand diversity, and I think it is time for us to look at it from a different perspective, like not necessarily just from race or sexual orientation. I think it's time to look at people like from a smaller scale of diversity, so there's different things that are different with everyone. So I think it's important to look at that. And I think, well, I guess I'll talk about what I'm qualified. I think I'd be a qualified senator because I have been really involved in my 2 years here at ISU. I've become really knowledgeable with a lot of organizations, and I think that would help with my goal to make it easier for people to become involved off campus. So, yeah, sorry. It's really bright and really short. So, thank you, though.
Our next candidate is John Olszewski.
Hello, my fellow students. My name is John Olszewski. It has been my honor now to serve on the SGA for 2 years. With the third year, I've been accomplishing even more for this school. Thus far in SGA, I have done a list of, accomplishments. I have made an SGA presence mandatory on every single college council meeting. I have created final studying programs which involve handing out information and things which help test scores. This year I have approved over $100,000 in sustainability funding. And with this, one of the programs I've been working on for 2 years and I'm excited to announce is ISU now is going to have a revamped bike share program which will really make ISU a more sustainable campus. I also serve on countless committees. I serve on the alcohol committee, the library committee, and a few other committees as well. And outside of SGA, I'm also involved in a few organizations. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Phi. I'm the fundraising chair for that fraternity. I'm also a mentor in the ELP. I'm also an Eagle Scout, and I am the assistant project manager on the Hancock Stadium project. A few of my goals to accomplish this year, which my previous experience helped me achieve them, is increase sustainability. Since I'm already on the sustainability committee, I know what it takes for something to get funding. Student engagement, as I said, from my involvement in and out of SGA, I've been involved and I know what it takes to be an involved student. And lastly, academics. Currently, I'm the academic coordinator for SGA, and I feel like I pushed my group to new heights and really made them serve as an SGA member. So to say, thank you everyone for electing me the past 2 years, and the third year would be fantastic and you would not regret it. Thank you.
Our next candidate is David Pequeno. He is not in attendance this evening. Our next candidate is Joe Swiker.
Good afternoon, my fellow Americans and my fellow Illinois State University students. My name is Joe Schweiker. I am a freshman here at Illinois State University. I am 19 years old. I am a member and recently elected secretary of the Delta Sigma Phi fraternity. I'm also a member of the Student Government Association's Emerging Leader Program, and I will be attending the Leadership Conference in the summer. Outside of ISU, I am an Eagle Scout, and I serve on the executive board for the Order of the Arrow, which is a honor society within the Boy Scouts of America. Last year I served as secretary, and this year I'm currently serving as the president for our council. My platform is based on 3 key things. Fiscal responsibility. Our country is currently facing some economic struggles, and Illinois State University is not immune to those struggles. I plan on making fiscally wise decisions, knowing when it's appropriate to not spend money and also when it's appropriate to make a proper investment. I also would like to encourage a stronger Greek community, as well as improving relations between the Greek and non-Greek students across ISU. Finally, availability and communication. I promise to be fully approachable to my constituents, and I will do my best to take time to make time for the students at Illinois State University that I represent. In closing, a famous quote that I live my life by: "The only way to predict the future is to create it." I believe that with proper leadership, quality communication, and fiscal responsibility, we can create a very bright future for Illinois State University. Thank you.
Our final off-campus senator candidate is Ryan Tromper, who is not in attendance. That concludes the off-campus senators. Next, we're going to introduce the candidate for student trustee. The student trustee is the formal representation of the student body on the board of trustees. Our candidate is Aaron Von Hoyland, and he will be allotted 5 minutes to address the group. The first candidate is Ben Adams.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I'd like to thank my opponent, Freddie Alvarado. I'd like to thank the entire Student Elections Committee, especially their chair, Mr. Andrew Cicetta, for hosting and moderating this debate. If I could take a moment at first to introduce myself. My name is Ben Adams. I'm a junior politics and philosophy double major. I'm currently serving as the SGA president of the Assembly. I have been involved in SGA since coming to Illinois State University. My freshman year, I was a member of the Emerging Leader Program, and my sophomore year, I served as an on-campus senator for Waterson North Tower. My ticket mates are Jesse Shapiro, who is currently the president of his fraternity, and he serves as an off-campus senator, and Lisa Crocco, who is currently the vice president of PRSSA, a public relations RSO here on campus, and she currently serves as the Secretary of Public Relations. Now, I'd like you all to reflect for a moment on what brought you to ISU and what has kept you here. Is it your organizational involvement in your favorite RSO? Your dedication and passion to your major? Whatever it may be, I'm sure it's different than the person who's sitting right next to you. Although all of our paths here are different, our goals are common. Illinois State is our state, a place where we can state our business, state our art, state our passion, state whatever it is each of us came here to state. Jesse, Lisa, and I are here to help you make that statement. To do this, we've established 3 pillars: spirit, strength, and service. By spirit, we mean preserving the traditions ISU has while helping to build new ones. By strength, we mean being responsible with your student fee dollars and providing avenues and services for you to save a little money. And by service, we mean listening to and acting on your desires. Tonight, I'm here to state the plan for the 2013-2014 Student Government Association Administration. I'd like to thank you all for coming, and please enjoy the debate.
Our next candidate is Freddie Alvarado.
Good evening, everyone. I, Freddie Alvarado, am proud to announce that I will be running for Student Body President of Student Government Association, along with Emily Gibbons as Student Body Vice President and Brendan DeBeliger as Student Body Executive Director. As students ourselves, we understand the importance of voicing student interest and concern within the process of shared governance. As prospective leaders of the student body, we possess a history of diverse involvement and leadership here at ISU. Along with our accumulated 3.5 years on Student Government Association, with 2 of us holding or have held executive positions, other involvement in leadership include multiple RSOs, Greek life, a multitude of university governing committees, and various community service efforts within the normal community. Not only being involved within those RSOs and other organizations, we have held top positions within them, such as President of the Phi Sigma Sigma sorority, Vice President of the Delta Chi fraternity, and Vice President of College Mentors for Kids. We believe having such involvement in leadership is a vital aspect needed for a successful, well-balanced representation of the student body. It is our goal, if elected, to create and maintain a well-managed association with the cornerstones of 3 main pillars: civic engagement, tradition, and development. With these main pillars, we plan not only to continue previous efforts from past associations, but rather continue to gather new collaborative ideas needed to elevate the future of the association. To conclude this opening statement, we appreciate every vote that we'll be casting on April 2nd and 3rd, and we hope you vote in favor for our ticket. To demonstrate your confidence in our slate and being the next student leaders here at Illinois State University. Thank you.
Actually, both candidates could please go to the podiums on stage. We do have a few questions for the candidates. The questions have been provided to us by students who are not involved in the student election committee, so they are outside questions. How we will ask the questions is we're going to move in an alternating pattern. Each candidate will be asked the question and given 3 minutes to, I'm sorry, each question will be given 2 minutes to answer the question. So we'll pose the question to both candidates, each will get 2 minutes, and then once the opposing candidate has answered the question the first time with their 2 minutes, they each get a 1-minute follow-up. So the first question is going to be asked by our Vice Chairman.
Mr. Adams, what skills and experiences do you have that you feel will make you an effective leader for the student body?
Well, as I've mentioned in my opening statement, I've been on SGA since I came here in some capacity, starting my freshman year with ELP, my sophomore year as the on-campus coordinator and on-campus senator from Waterson, and this year as the president of the Assembly. So not only have I been in the association for some time, but during that time I personally have worked on a lot of significant projects, significant pieces of legislation that affect the students every single day. As many of you know, we now have a smoking ban on the clock. I helped to write and research that legislation. As some of you may know, we are currently in the process of rewriting the Code of Student Conduct here at Illinois State, and I'm on the committee that's part of that. I've done a lot of projects such as that throughout my entire career here, and I believe that's the sort of thing that we are looking for. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Alvarado, what skills and experience do you have that you feel will make you an effective leader for the student body?
I believe one skill that I actually have that will make me an effective leader is the ability to adapt and work in different situations with different people. For example, I'm vice president of the Delta Chi fraternity, but at the same time I'm vice president of College Mentors for Kids, which one can imagine are two totally different spectrums. So I'm flexible when it comes to leadership in different types of environments. In addition to, with my experience on Student Government Association, I got elected as an off-campus senator as a sophomore. With that, I currently hold the position of Vice President of the Assembly, which I have worked on multiple projects such as Club Milner and then future upcoming events. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams, you have 1 minute to add or respond.
I guess I would add to my comment that it's also important, while it's important to have significant tangible results as any sort of representative leader, I think it's also important to be able to connect with people you represent. And that's something that I feel that I'm quite skilled at. It's something I've been doing for some time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Alvarado, you have 1 minute to add or to respond.
In response to, like I said, working with multiple people and being elected to different leadership positions within those organizations, I feel like really does demonstrate my ability to be personal with people on that personable social level. So otherwise, I don't believe I would be sitting here right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarado.
We're going to begin with Freddie for our second question, which is what specific initiatives do you hope to accomplish while in office, and why is that something that's important for the students of Illinois State University?
One initiative that I would like to work on, and one of my big goals, is to create our visibility on campus a lot more for the next association. I feel like that is a vital component for Student Government Association, is being visible, because the point of being on student government is to be the official student governing body. However, how can you come up with new initiatives or legislation if you don't have that opportunity to get the most student feedback? So that is definitely one thing I would like to work on. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And Ben, the same question, what specific initiatives do you hope to accomplish while in office, and why is that important for the students of Illinois State University?
Jesse, Lisa, and I, in planning our campaign, created a strategic plan of specific initiatives, each of which correspond with the 3 pillars that I touched on in my opening statement: spirit, strength, and service. In terms of spirit, we'd like to do some initiatives that put more ISU-themed apparel in the hands of our students so that they can show their pride as they walk around campus. In terms of strength, we're looking into a program where we can make students more aware of parking violations, hopefully save them a little bit of money and not getting them. We are also looking at doing an initiative where we can help them pay off, like perhaps their rent or a ticket if they are that unfortunate. And in terms of service, we are looking at a couple sustainability initiatives in printing in the academic departments, and we're also looking into expanding the advertisement we have for the Career Vault, which is a resource students have for planning their future after they graduate. All that being said, it is also very important to listen to our constituents and plan additional initiatives as they reveal to us what's important to them.
Freddie, 1 minute to add to your statement or respond.
Another big goal and initiative actually is, as most of you guys may be aware, Al Bowman will be retiring and a new president will be stepping into office. I believe we are actually in a unique situation along with the building of the Hancock Stadium. Not only tradition, but also to make sure that we have this strong representation to continue the importance of shared governance with the new president that Illinois State University will soon receive. Thank you.
And Mr. Adams, 1 minute to add or respond.
I would just, I guess, briefly like to echo that we will also be missing Mr. Bowman at the end of this year, and I will make sure that our administration also takes an active role in pursuing student feedback on who they would like to see fill his very large shoes. Thank you.
To the effect of your follow-ups, the third question that the committee received was, with the retirement of President Al Bowman, how do you plan to establish the credibility of the student body with the new administration? The question first to you, Mr. Adams.
I think this is a situation where next year's big events will become very important. Traditionally, Student SGA has co-sponsored Pick Out with the Prez every fall with UPB and ARH and a couple other organizations. This is the kind of event that would need to be substantially larger, substantially expanded in the case of a new president. Additionally, I would like to do something where students are made more aware of what the new president has to say at academic senate meetings, which SGA members sit on. We need to make sure that the students would have a voice in who the new president would be, while also at the same time being aware of what he does in his first year.
Mr. Alvarado, with the retirement of President Al Bowman, how do you plan to establish the credibility of the student body with the new administration?
Just to add on to, I think a benefit that I have is I actually sit on the Presidential Search Advisory Committee, so I already can get a feel on who the next president of Illinois State University will be. And then in addition to is just carrying on those, making sure the stories of Al Bowman continues on to the next Illinois State University president, such as events mentioned such as Pick Out with the Prez. So that's it.
And then there's still a minute for response.
I would just like to also stress that during the period when the new president is being selected, my association would focus on being as open and communicative with the student body as possible, letting them know when candidates are touring or speaking here on campus, and making them aware of events like that so that they can get out themselves and see who the next president may become.
And Mr. Alvarado.
And then also with credibility, establishing a well-visible association for the students, because we are that middle ground liaison between the students and administrative. So if there's anything that students would like to see or anything that the next president of Illinois State University is pursuing, making sure we develop a strong internal and external relationship between the association, students, and administration, I think it will be a vital component. Thank you.
And the final question, we'll begin with Freddie. What differentiates you or makes you a unique candidate for the position of student body president?
Like I said, being able to work with multiple students of different types of organizations, such as diversity, different majors, different interests. Like I said, I've held leadership positions in various multitudes of organizations. Like I said, College Adventist for Kids, fraternity, totally different spectrums. In addition, I've sat on different committees with that focus on various aspects of the university, such as different hearing panels, such as Student Grievance Committee or the Student Health Advisory Board. Once again, totally different spectrums. Thank you.
All right, and then what differentiates you or makes you a unique candidate for the position of student body president?
I would just like to highlight that SGA has been it's my passion here at Illinois State University. It's what I have done since I've come here. It's what I wake up in the morning every day to do. I've been here in some capacity for 3 years, as I've said before. I've striven to achieve tangible results. I've reached out to my constituents as much as possible, and I have experience on a multitude of committees related to SGA and unrelated to SGA, and I believe that gives me the type of qualities you would like to see in a leader in this position.
All right. Freddie, want to come for a response or an addition?
I just want to really stress the point of, like I said, being able to work in different environments, having experience and knowledge within different aspects of the university. So with that, I conclude. Thank you.
I guess my last response would be, though I myself have been a bit focused on SGA throughout my career, that's part of the reason that I've chosen in addition to their great experience. The running mates that I have chosen, while I may be a bit focused on SGA, they have the experience in other organizations, and I look forward to being able to bounce my ideas off them, take their input very seriously, and together I think we can make the most effective decisions.
All right, thank you. That concludes the questions that we have for the candidates. At this time, we'd like to give them each 3 minutes to address any final thoughts they'd like to address to the group, beginning with Ben Adamson.
Well, once again, I would like to thank everyone for coming out. And I would also like to take one just brief moment to reiterate what my pillars, our ticket's pillars, our state's pillars, priorities are. Spirit, which is, real briefly, school pride and traditions. Strength, which is our fiscal responsibility and transparency. And service is our outreach to you, the students. The past 2 Student Government Association administrations, under Presidents Mano and Owens, have set a very high standard for success. It is my duty and my pleasure to carry on that success, and it is my honor to have their endorsements. I encourage you all to vote on April 2nd and 3rd, and remember, you are not voting for my state, or his state, or her state. You're voting for all of our state. Thank you.
And Mr. Alvarado, your closing statement.
As stated in my opening statement, our ticket does possess a great deal of experience that have really molded us to be eligible leaders for the top 3 executive positions on the Student Government Association. In addition to us 3, we know each other on a personal level, which I think is very vital to be working in a work situation and environment. So our ticket believes that leadership is actually defined as a process that occurs when shared values foster collaborative relationships that lead to collective action intended to elevate an organization, cause, or community. Our shared values include civic engagement, tradition, and development that foster relationships between the students, faculty, and administrations that eventually will lead to collective action throughout our shared governance process to elevate the university and the city it lies in. We, ISU for me and you, hope to be those leaders that not only make that a definition, but also make it a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Thank you, Mr. Alvarado. Now we'll have our closing remarks from our president.
Just want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. If you have any questions about the election process, you're welcome to contact the Student Elections Committee, which is housed in the Student Involvement Center here at the Wellman Student Center. Questions regarding any of the candidates' particular platforms can be directed to them individually. And for those who are in attendance tonight, this evening's event will be available on the internet via video. So thank you all for coming. We appreciate you turning out.